Hello guys, so I want to show you guys today the update for the Blood Dancer. The last damage was 2.2 million. I got more now. So here's the combo: shift Umbral Blades, then you hit, and I'm gonna get farther than 999 stacks, and then I'm gonna consume it. And I could not see the damage, but it was 3 million and something. I got my top damage was 3.8 million, but that's when I focus full damages. But the normal damage that I'll do here, consuming the bleeds, is around 3.4. Let's see if that's what I got. And what I wanted to show here is that this build will be doing a very nice area damage, and you'll see a lot of high numbers everywhere. So you got the high damage from the 999 stack that you can deal on the boss, but you also be doing area damage, and very good area damage actually, with the bleed stacks, consuming the bleed stacks, putting more bleed stacks, and just generating armor shred. So I want to show here Umbral Blades damage, and it comes from Dusk Shroud. You can see that I got 4 stacks here, and the damage is going up until 36,000. But just hits from Umbral Blades does nothing. But the passive from the Axe, the last one, 5 plus, increase physical damage for each recent melee hit against a bleeding enemy up to 255. So basically, if I directly use Puncture, or I think Spear Trap from that also works, it also gives me Dust Shroud stacks. I have 7 there, but it's also hitting enemies, bleeding enemies, so it can still go up to 255. And if I get those 2 stacks, I've seen around 75k damage here, but I think I've seen 100, but I think that's when you get all the stacks. Maybe when you're going on the monolith, hitting a lot of enemies, you can get there, but it's not usually. So what I'm gonna show here is around 50k damage. I think that's a mean damage for what Umbral Blade is gonna deal here. Per hit, I mean, so that's I'm hitting 26. I had no smoke bombs, so hang on. I'm hitting 50k, see, that's what I wanted. 2.5 there, and that's it. That's gonna be the mean damage from Umbral Blade. You will get more, but that's just what I said. This is a mean damage, 49 here, and that's pretty much it. Now, I want to show you guys that I've made some changes in the passives. First of all, I got this node that every third strike is gonna give me 5 bleed stacks. So I've noticed that this node stacks with net. So every third net, every third shift no, but Puncture, Umbral Blade is gonna give me bleed stacks. So that's more stacks for me. I've turned down this one because this dual wielding damage is not that much for me. And the dodge rating is good, but I'm getting more dodge rating from here. Poison resistance, I don't care that much. And from here with less movement speed. I got 1 point here because on bosses and when I use Puncture directly, I'm gonna get some mana faster and health faster, and that's it. I've pushed this to a maximum, and I might get another point here later. I've pushed this to a maximum because I need more health and dodge rating. As I said, defense is lacking here. This node is not that much damage if you see at the end of the math. So I've turned it down a little, and these ones are great. Keep it. Shred armor, great, very necessary for high damage. And I got 1 point here at Silver Shroud because it's very good to have a sure shot dodge, and it gives wards after that dodge. So it's the survivability that I need, at least for hits, but still the area damages, it's still complicated. Our damage over time, it's still complicated. So I'm gonna see what I'm gonna do about that until next week. But for now, these passives work better, deal better damage, and have around the same survivability. And that's about it for the update on passives. And now about the skills, I've made some changes. In here, I've made no change here. I think I used to get these nodes. I'm not getting it anymore. I'm focusing on bleed. And here, because this gives me damage, man, I don't want that much. But bleed duration. Bleed duration lets me stack more bleed. The initial bleeds won't will last longer, will give more damage, and I'll consume it for even more damage. Consuming, you just see the damage is gonna be dealt anyway, but it's very nice to look at a high number, ain't it? It's very nice. Very satisfactory. And I didn't change this here on puncture. So I used to get these two nodes, blood first and hunger, but the thing is, in here I gotta directly use puncture, and I'm not using puncture directly. I'm using through net and 1 or 2 hits to consume. And I tried to get these ones too, especially for the rapid strikes, for rapid consuming, but it's not that worthy, so I just focus on the armor shred, I focus on the bleed chance, and then I come here for efficacious toxin. I have 10% chance to get it, but I have a lot of hits, so I'm probably gonna get it. And I get a lot more than 10 hits, that gives a 100% chance, and it gives 10% more damage for damage over time, that's bleed. In here, poison will get turned to bleed, and I'll also get 20% more bleed for puncture. So I've changed these nodes, and I'm getting more stacks from that too. So, on the items here, you'll notice that I have not changed much. If you want a general explanation of the items, it's on my original video about the Blade Dancer. I'll leave the link in the description. But a huge difference here is that I got this node, get this blessing from, I forgot, does it show? I forgot where it comes from. But it was this node. Ah, God, let me see. Wait, just a sec. Age of Winter, no. It's here. It's from Ending the Storm. And the other node from the Reign of Dragons, giving me more bleed and more mana. So the more bleed on hit, pretty obvious. I'm gonna get more bleed stacks from Nats, Caltrop, Puncture, and Umbral Blades. And the other one gives more mana, allowing me to throw more Nats and reaching the bleed stacks. So that's why on my build, I suggest getting mana on the affixes, legendary affixes that you can. So if you get mana, dodge rating, or mana regen, and physical damage instead of just physical over time damage, physical damage or physical penetration, these are the affixes that you want on general. The advantage of physical damage here is that physical damage will increase Umbral Blade damage, puncture damage, and bleed damage, so it's 3 on 1. That's why on the idols I have increased physical damage over time, but this one, there was someone here, these ones, they give physical damage. So these are the ones that I want. If I could, I get every single idol this one, but I don't have enough space, and these ones do not have just physical damage. But in here, I have some affixes, legendary affixes that I want to put, like bleed on hit, increase physical damage. That's, my god, if I get this on this axe, I'll be very happy. Armor shred on hit, very good too. Damage over time if I do not have physical damage. And shred armor on hit. This one and this one on the axe are just gold. I really want an LP2 on this axe. And that's it for the difference in items explanation. And last but not least, I want to show you guys a suggestion of amulets that you can also use on these builds. There are 2 suggestions here. One is Orion's Eyes. I'm gonna search for it here to show you guys. It gives less damage over time, that's great, but Void taken as fire damage and less fire damage. The thing here is I have a very low Void resistance, so this item will give me more Void resistance. So if you go on a boss like Chronomancer Jura, this will be useful. And if you want to increase the damage, you can go for Shitara's Conundrum. This item will give you 29% more physical damage while at full health. It has a problem, so your potions will give you ward and you have no health leads or regen. You will still have the health from Baldur's Chalice that gives 20 health gains on kill per stack of bleed on the target. That's gonna give you a lot of health regen. But if you do not have a strong ward source, it's kind of problematic, but it depends on your gameplay. Right now I'm not using it because I think this build already has low defense and I'm trying to focus on getting more defense. This defense here is bugged. If I go to any echo, it's gonna show, I think it's gonna show the real defense here. I have a good ward retention, but the dodge is around 20%. Yeah, notice that I'm missing a few nodes still, but I get 5 more levels to go. But it's not gonna make a huge difference. There on my defense, I'm gonna get... I'll just show the nodes. Hang on. It was... Yes, it's a little bug. So you can see I get 25% dodge. That's not much. And 20% armor. I'm still gonna get some nodes, like I can get this one or Sapping Strikes or this one for more mana and dodge, but it's not gonna be the huge difference. Actually, that's why I took Silver Shroud, because Silver Shroud gives me 1 dodge and some ward. Maybe I'll just get all of them on Silver Shroud, but that's for another video after I test these little changes. But we do not have... Ooh, that's lucky. We do not have a lot of defense here. Yeah, see? We do not have a lot of defense here, so we can just stand by and just let everyone hit us. The thing here is to keep moving, and when you get dodge rating from... You can get from Weaver's Will, get some dodge rating and armor. If you... This one gives me physical damage, but maybe you can just farm sums that give you dex. That's gonna give you some more dodge. See, 3% more here for dex. My dream is that here would come physical damage and dex and dodge rating, but that's very hard. So I will just keep on farming. Let's see where I get next week and where I get with these new nodes. So that's it for the 2.0 update on the Blood Dancer. I think next week I'm gonna finish it, and then I'll just farm corruption and items and make a build for my Blade Dancer. See you guys later. Hope you guys are enjoying my build. This is my best video so far. Thank you so much for that. I'm very happy for that. I'm very happy that you guys are liking these videos, and I'm gonna keep making them. Keep giving me feedback so I can make them even better. See you guys later.